Hey guys, happy fall. Oh my goodness, it is officially fall here. I'm not wearing my rings. I need to go put my rings on. Oh my gosh. I cannot even begin to tell you how excited I am. I have literally created a bucket list of like New York fall activities that I really want to do. And so I thought, let's sit down, let's get cozy and go through them just in case you were in need of some inspiration and you wanted to do some of them too. But also, if you have anything I should add to my bucket list, please drop a comment below because I'd be so keen to hear. It's actually my first fall in New York. I moved here like 4 months ago and it's been like, honestly, the best time for me is now. Like, I love summer. I feel moderately about summer. Like, summer's nice, but I just thrive in all things like festive and cozy, and so I feel like my soul is coming to life now. I feel like, honestly, a part of the reason that we moved to New York was so that I could experience like the festivities, and now it's time to get festive. So I have split my fall bucket list into 3 different like categories. We've got places to go and things to see, activities, and then things to eat. Food is important, guys, and I feel like such a big part of cozy season is like the stuff that you eat. In case you can tell by the traffic and like the horns outside, I live in New York, so I'm just gonna shut that window right now. I think it was like optimistic of me to think that I could leave the window open and not have like blaring sirens in the background. Okay, that should sound much better now. Oh my gosh, guys. All right, let us begin the list. Also, if you are like, wow, Dan girl, your like life is looking a bit like beige behind you. Yeah, it is. I have just moved into a new apartment, which is so blooming exciting. It's actually been a whirlwind, but that does mean that we have like absolutely no furniture. We've had like nothing in the house. So we have started to build furniture into the house now, but we have like no decor. So if you're wondering why it's like I'm literally against a wall, that's why. And this is my decoration. And it felt kind of fall-y, so kind of it feels applicable. Okay, so we're gonna get into the first category, which is places to go and things to see. Now, the first one that I have in here obviously had to be going to a pumpkin patch. I've never been to a pumpkin patch. I have only seen Zoe Sugg vlogs where they go to a pumpkin patch. Like, I have no idea what that is like, and I am buzzing to go and see what that includes and what that looks like and what you do. I honestly don't really know what you do, but I get the feeling that it's like you pick some pumpkins and it's a vibe. Now, my second item in this part of the list is something that I didn't even realize was like a New York fall thing to do. But when I was telling my co-workers how excited I am about fall, they were like, oh, well, of course you're gonna go apple picking. And I was like, what? Like, I had no idea that that was a thing. So item number 2 is to go apple picking. And someone told me yesterday that like New York State is the best apple growing state, and that's why they call New York the Big Apple. And I have found a place that actually does both things. So it's called Fishkills Farm. It's relatively easy to get to. It's a train from Grand Central to, I will insert the name because I do not remember the name, to this station, which is like, I think an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And then from there, you just get an Uber or a taxi that takes you straight to Fishkills Farm, and they have like a little pumpkin patch area and they have apple picking there as well. So you can tick both of those items off in one little day trip, which is great. Okay, item number 3 on my list is a little bit more local. If you're not keen to go upstate, basically, and you're looking for things that's just like a bit more local to do, I have got on my list that I need to go to Central Park and see the beautiful leaves changing color. Everyone has told me that I need to do this and that it will be so stunning. And so I'm just waiting for it to get like a little further into October and for the leaves to start changing a bit more. And then you best bet I will be there gazing. Because Central Park is honestly like one of my favorite places in New York. It's been so fun having like the last 4 months to adventure around, but it's really solidified for me. I have 2 favorite parts of New York. One is Central Park, and then the other one is Dumbo. I just find them like so peaceful and serene. And so I can only imagine like how stunning Central Park will look with like all of the like autumnal leaves going. It's gonna be so pretty. Then the 4th item in this list is that I want to go upstate to like a smaller town and experience small town America fall vibes. I'm basically picturing Gilmore Girls. I'm assuming that it's like super cutesy, they've got pumpkins out, all the houses are decorated, everyone's really lovely and American and friendly. Cold Spring is beautiful and it's like right upon the water, and so you get to like see the water. They've got like really cute restaurants and stuff, and so that is definitely on my bucket list. All right, so that is like the segment of my list of places to see and where I need to go somewhere. So there's quite a few that are like upstate, but then also Central Park is obviously just local here in Manhattan. So I feel like it's a bit of a balance, but I am honestly so excited to like see a bit more of the state and America. Honestly, I'm excited to see more of America. I've not seen a lot of America yet. Okay, so the next part of my list is the activities category. And so there is a big variation of things that I want to do. I feel like I'm like kind of into Halloween, having grown up in England. I guess in England, Halloween was a bigger deal, but then like also growing up in Australia, I don't think Halloween was that big a deal in Australia. So I'm just like not as about Halloween itself. But having said that, I'm so thrilled and excited to experience it. But that's why I think like with my activities, they're split between like Halloween-y kind of things that are spooky, but then also just like really cozy, cutesy, fall, snuggled up in a blanket things. Like both of those things are very important to me right now. So let's begin. Number one, I want to go to a Halloween party. I need to experience it. I don't know if we'll like go to a party. Like I don't know if our friends are gonna go to a party or like throw a party. But if that's not the case, like I'm happy to just go to like a club or a bar and like experience that. Obviously, I need to dress up as well. That is not on my list, actually. That should be on my list, but I feel like that's coupled up. Going to a Halloween party and dressing up for Halloween, they are together. So that is obviously a big item on my list. And then the next one, I'm very excited for. There's something called Drunk Dracula, which is kind of a show. I don't know if you've heard of Drunk Shakespeare. Drunk Shakespeare, oh my God, is this filming? Oh, it is, thank goodness. Okay, so Drunk Shakespeare is basically this really fun, chilled, moderately interactive performance experience. I say moderately interactive because I feel like if I say it's interactive, people will think they have to get on stage, and it's not like that at all. It's just close knit, and so people might talk to you a little bit, but by no means do you have to be a part of the play. But basically, the whole premise of it is that they act out a play by Shakespeare, and one of the actors is selected to get really drunk. And so it just ends up being really funny, really silly. I've actually been 3 times. I went twice, like in the last 4 months that I've lived here, and then I've also been once, like before we moved here. And it is so funny every time. It is so just like, it's just such a fun night. You absolutely should go. And then also, if you feel like it, you can have a bit of a boozy night yourself, and so then you're like a bit silly and giddy as a part of it too. I must say, you need to forget all of your sensibilities. Like, if you are likely to be triggered, probably don't go, because it gets a bit weird. It gets like quite silly. And so, yeah, it's all part of the fun. Like, I love it. I have so much fun there, and I'm honestly not into like crude humor. So anyway, that is what Drunk Shakespeare is. But the Drunk Shakespeare like company and actors are putting on like a Halloween version of it, which is Drunk Dracula. And so it's the exact same premise, but they're doing it with a performance of Dracula. And I am absolutely going to be there. Jake, if you're watching, thank you so much. I'm really buzzing to go, and I will be thinking of you when I do go. Next up is Jimmy Fallon's Tonightmares, which is like a Halloween maze. Okay, I'm kind of terrified. If you watch the Zoe Sugg vlogs, even like Anastasia Kingsnorth, they go to Tully's farm in England, and they go through this like really scary, spooky experience. I assume it's like that, which honestly, I'm talking about it and I feel like my stomach is flipping. I feel quite nervous even talking about it, but I'm going to do it. I'm excited-ish. Oh my God, I actually feel sick even thinking about it. But no, it will be really fun. I do get scared quite easily, so let's see how we go, but I feel like it'll be a really fun experience, and I'm just gonna suck it up and do it. It's funny because when me and Mesh, my husband, went to New Zealand and we were like early on in our relationship, I think it was like 6 months into our relationship, and in Queenstown there was like this similar maze horror thing, and we went in it and I was like, no, let's go, it's gonna be so much fun. Like I was the one that was encouraging this entire activity, and I literally buried my head into his shoulders and I was just like, nah, I didn't look up. I was so frightened. I was just like, nope. And by the time we got out, there was literally like my lipstick stain on his sweater. So that's a bit of an indication of how well I'm gonna do at it, but I feel like it will be really fun. We should get a group of people together. Like I reckon if I get my friends together and we go, it'll be really fun. I will be absolutely terrified, but it's spooky season. I've got to do it, right? Like I just need to suck it up and do it. Okay, so the next activity I have on my list, again, we're back to like the cozy theme. So I want to go to a fall party. And I have conveniently added that in because one of my friends here is having a fall party, but I just think it sounds so adorable, right? I'm assuming we'll do like apple bobbing. Oh my God, I've not done apple bobbing since I lived in England. That just like gave me a flashback of being 6 years old, apple bobbing at the Hallam Primary School fair. And what's really funny is that the fall party that I'm going to, my primary school friend who would have been apple bobbing with me in England will also be there. I actually know the person whose party it is through her. So what a little full circle moment. Anyway, I've gone on a tangent, but basically a fall party. My next activity is to carve a pumpkin. I have done it. I've done it in lockdown in Australia. It was dire times and I was like, right, I need to do like a fun date night for me and Mesh because we haven't left the house in like 6 months. And so I did like a cute little Halloween party for the two of us. And as part of that, we carved pumpkins. And now I'm in America. So I absolutely should carve a pumpkin and like put a candle in. So that is something I will be doing too. And then finally, as a part of my activities list, I have got having a super cozy movie night. Honestly, I reckon I'm gonna have multiple of these. I wanna like watch Harry Potter and cozy up and just like have the most adorable cozy movie night. And this is the perfect segue to my next category of things, which is things to eat, because I think at this cozy movie night a lot of these things to eat will come to life. And what that will include is firstly an apple cobbler. I'm going to take the apples that I picked and make an apple cobbler. I love making cobblers. That is so my jam, and I just think right now in cozy season is the exact time that you should be making and eating cobblers, especially an apple cobbler, and especially if you pick the apples yourself. I've also seen on TikTok that there's this like s'mores air fryer hack thing that people are doing, and I recently fell in love with s'mores. I went to K Barbecue and they gave us s'mores at the end to like do on the fire in the middle, and it was delicious. I don't normally like marshmallows, but when marshmallows are like gooey and melty, that is a whole new board game. So whole new board game? Whole new ball game, but maybe also a whole new board game. So that is absolutely on my list of things to make. It's basically, from what I understand, you get a layer of marshmallows, then you get chocolate and like put it on top, you put it in the air fryer for a period of time, I assume not too long, and then you take it out and then it's got the gooey, perfect chocolatey, marshmallow goo mixture ready for you, and then you have your graham crackers and you dip them in, so it becomes like a fondue of sorts. I really want to try it, so I'm gonna definitely try that. I mean, how could it go wrong? I don't want to, like, okay, touch wood, because now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna set the place on fire, but like, how could it really go wrong? Surely just like sugar and delicious biscuit. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be great. Second last on my bucket list is to try pumpkin pie. Never had pumpkin pie before, and I don't know if I'll like it, to be honest. I am not the biggest pumpkin fan, and so I don't really understand how pumpkin pie will taste. Like, is it sweet? Is it savory? I don't really know, but I'm going to try pumpkin pie. Wish me luck. If you have recommendations for where I should try pumpkin pie, please let me know down below. And then finally, on my bucket list, I have to try a fall Starbucks drink. I am not a Starbucks fan. I tried Starbucks quite a few times at the beginning of like moving here, and I was so excited because I think there's all this hype around it, and I tried it, and I'm really sorry. I don't know if it's because I'm from Melbourne, the coffee capital of the world, but It was no good. It was like really not good. And ever since then I was like, I'm not paying $7, $8 for like basically hot milk with like a little bit of coffee and like so much sugar. I'm not doing it. But having said that, I am sucked into the consumerism aspect. They get so cutesy for fall drinks and for like festive drinks that I have to give it a try at least. And so I am adding that to my bucket list, and I actually ticked this one off yesterday. Guys, I am shocked. It was delicious. I'm actually in shock that it was so yummy. I decided that I'm not gonna like this drink anyway, so I'll just pick like the weird and wackiest drink on the menu. Just give it a go. I gave it a go. I got an apple crisp oat milk chai, which sounds so weird. And then I smelt it and it smelled like apple lolly flavored, and I was like, this is just not gonna be yummy. Whatever, like I'll give it a go, it'll be a bit strange. I took a sip of it. It was the most incredible drink I have had. And my expectations were so low. Like I fully went into that being like, I'm going to hate this drink. I then gave my friend a sip and she loved it too. So clearly Starbucks are onto something here. This one drink from Starbucks, I will stand by. And believe me guys, I am not a Starbucks girl. Like I'm not those people. I really don't normally like Starbucks. So for me to give you this recommendation to add to your list is a big deal. So give it a try. Honestly, if someone had told me to try a Starbucks drink based off my experience with Starbucks drinks, I would have been like, this is still gonna be trash. This is not gonna be good. But this one drink is delicious. Give it a try. I don't even normally drink oat milk. I drink regular milk, and I still love the fact that it was oat milk. An apple. It honestly tasted like an apple crumble in liquid form, which again, sounds terrible. Like that sounds yucky to me, but this drink, mind-blowing. Honestly, mind-blowing. So just trust me on this one. Give it a try. Honestly, I love it. I will be getting so many of them. If they weren't like 400 calories, I would have one every day, but I'm like, okay, I think 400 calories for like a drink is a little much for me at the moment, so I'm not having one every day, but believe me, I wish I could. And that is a wrap on all of the fall activities that are on my bucket list. I'm honestly so excited. I feel like I can like really enjoy this season. I really missed like getting into the festivities so much, and I'm just so glad that I get to do it all as a part of this now. And yeah, that is my list. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you do end up like trying any of the things, let me know what you think. Also, if you have things that I should try, please let me know. I am new to New York. I've never experienced a fall or an autumn here, and I would love your suggestions. So please pop them down below. I'd also absolutely love for you to be a part of this community. I upload videos every week, and so, you know, if you are looking for some fun, chatty content, I do a lot of vlogging, I do a lot of chatting, in case you couldn't already tell. Please do subscribe. I would really love for you to be a part of this community. And I think that's all I've got to say for now. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have the happiest, coziest, and if you're into it, spookiest fall of your life. Lots of love. It sounds like I'm like signing off a card. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Mwah.